Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories in corporate filings. And today we've got a fascinating look at Consumer Portfolio Services incorporated after their latest shareholder meeting. Get ready because this report is less about dramatic financial swings and more about setting the stage for the future, especially when it comes to rewarding their team. Alright, let's dive into what happened at their annual shareholder meeting on the 19th of November 2025. A big item on the agenda was the approval of the Consumer Portfolio Services Incorporated 2025 Equity Incentive Plan. Think of this as the company's way of giving out stock options, restricted stock, and other goodies to its employees, including officers and even directors who are part of the team, as well as outside consultants. This new plan is pretty generous. It allows for up to a whopping 4,501,330 shares of the company's common stock to be handed out. On top of that, it also pulls in any shares from older plans that employees didn't fully use or that were forfeited. This is a pretty standard way for companies to keep their talent motivated and aligned with the company's success. If the company does well, the value of these stock awards goes up. They also approved a new standard agreement for granting stock options under this 2025 plan. This basically means they've got the paperwork ready for how these options will be given out and what the terms will be. It's all about making sure the process for awarding equity is clear and consistent for everyone involved. Now, the meeting wasn't just about future incentives. A lot of important votes happened. There were proposals to elect directors, a vote to approve their auditors Crowe LLP, and an advisory vote on executive compensation. Let's talk about the board of directors. 9 individuals were nominated, and all of them were elected. Looking at the votes, for instance, Charles E. Bradley Jr. received 13,892,405 votes for and 6050759 votes withheld. It seems the shareholders are generally comfortable with the current leadership. You see similar vote counts across the board for the other directors like Stephen H. Deckoff, who got a very strong 184,91821 votes. For this shows a clear endorsement of the folks steering the ship. Then there were the other proposals. Proposal 2, to ratify the appointment of Crowe LLP as their independent auditors for the fiscal year ending the 31st of December 2025, passed with a massive 2,085,2660 votes for. That is a clear signal of confidence in the accounting firm overseeing their financials. Proposal 3 was an advisory vote, meaning shareholders voted on whether they approve of the company's executive compensation packages. This one saw 1,230,9473 votes for and 7,573,654 votes against. While it passed, the number of against votes suggests there is a segment of shareholders keeping a close eye on how much the top executives are being paid. And importantly, Proposal 4 was about adopting that 2025 equity incentive plan we talked about earlier. This plan got 11,438,832 votes for and 846,1888 votes against. It did pass, but again, a significant number of shareholders expressed some reservations. This suggests that while the plan was approved, there might be ongoing discussions about the scale and mechanics of equity compensation within the company. Finally, Proposal 5 asked shareholders how often they wanted to vote on the executive pay. The results were overwhelmingly in favour of an annual vote, with 180,15514 votes for 1 year. This means the company will continue to have this advisory vote on executive compensation every year, reflecting shareholder desire for ongoing transparency and input on how the top brass is compensated. The report also lists a couple of exhibits. These are essentially the supporting documents for the meeting. We're talking about the full text of the 2025 Equity Incentive Plan itself and the standard agreement for stock option awards. These are the nitty-gritty details that solidify the approvals made at the meeting. Looking at the broader picture, Consumer Portfolio Services Incorporated seems to be in a phase of strategic planning, particularly concerning its human capital. The approval of the new equity incentive plan, while facing some shareholder dissent, is a clear indication that the company wants to attract, retain, and motivate its key personnel. This is crucial for any business, especially in the competitive financial services sector. However, the significant number of votes against the plan can't be ignored. It suggests that a portion of the shareholder base believes these incentive structures might not be optimally aligned with long-term shareholder value or could be too costly. A potential risk here is if this shareholder concern about compensation structures leads to broader dissatisfaction or affects future fundraising or strategic decisions. On the flip side, if this plan successfully drives performance and leads to innovation and growth, the initial reservations might fade. Their strategy seems to be focused on incentivizing innovation and performance through equity, which is a common and often effective approach. In conclusion, Consumer Portfolio Services Incorporated is making moves to solidify its talent base through equity, while the path forward is supported by a majority vote. The concerns raised by a significant minority warrant attention. It will be interesting to watch how these incentive plans actually translate into company performance, and whether shareholder sentiment shifts over time. Alright, that is our breakdown of Consumer Portfolio Services Incorporated's latest filing and shareholder meeting outcomes. What is your take on the equity plan and the shareholder votes? Do you think these types of incentives are the right move for the company? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the corporate world. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description, where we discuss these filings and much more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.